All right, chapter 6 starts on page 150 in your book. And some terminology that we need to be familiar with is the fiscal period. The fiscal period is the length of time that a business summarizes and will report their financial information. If you look at page 153, you have the heading of a worksheet. A worksheet is a column or accounting form. You use that to summarize your general ledger information, and from the worksheet you can prepare your financial statements. So the first thing that we need to do is prepare the heading, which in this case is going to be golden tan. The second line is going to be the name of the document, which in this case is a worksheet, and then the date. And this one is going to be for the month ended February 28th. So that's how you create the heading of a worksheet. Okay. Page 154 gives you an example of the beginning part of the worksheet. Your account titles from your general ledger are going to be listed here. And then the balance that they have in those accounts will be listed here. Assets will have a debit balance. Liabilities will have a credit balance. Owner's equity will have a credit balance. Drawing is going to have a debit balance. And your expenses will have a debit balance. So you're just going to simply transfer these. And this is just the first section. This is just a trial balance. We put these in, we're going to add them up, and we need to make sure that we are balanced. Okay, so if you're looking at your directions, and I'm just going from the book, the first account that we have is going to be the cash account. Cash has a debit balance, and that's $9,800. The next account that we have is petty cash. Debit balance of $150. The next account is accounts receivable. And that is accounts receivable Ruby Prints. And the balance in that account is $27.95. The next account is supplies. $456. Prepaid insurance. Okay, make sure we get prepaid insurance. $750. Accounts payable, and this is going to be R. Navarro. And that, now accounts payable is a liability, so it's going to have a credit balance, $555. We now have Gary Baldwin Capital, okay, and that's a credit balance, $14,885. We then have the drawing. Drawing has a debit balance, $3,400. All right. We'll go ahead and list income summary, and we don't have anything to put in this yet. Sales, which has a credit balance, $43.20. Okay, now we have our expenses. Advertising expense, debit balance, $931. Insurance expense, okay, this is going to be an adjustment amount, so we will get to that. Miscellaneous expense is $378. Oops, $378. Supplies expense, and this is going to be another adjustment. And then we have utilities expense. $1,100. And what we're going to do is we're going to add up all of our debits, and hopefully I have entered these numbers in right. Okay, these did come from your directions, you can double check, but when we add this column, you're going to get 19 $19,760. Okay, when we add all of our credits, okay, we get 19,760. These two numbers have to match because debits equal credits. Okay, we have a problem if we do not balance here, and we need to figure out what's wrong in our account balances before we go any further. Okay, whenever you add up these numbers, you would draw a single line for the total. When you balance, this is why you have the double underline. This is coming from page 154, the example that you have, the single rule, the double rule, okay? And another thing that you need to be familiar with is on page 154, the steps to preparing a trial balance.